Hey, all right. Oh my gosh, it was hard to hit record. And I know that that is because when something really feels like I have to get it out there, it can be tough because this is like a big part of my belief system and getting it out there. You know what I mean? I know you know what I mean. And this is exactly why I had to come in here and I had to come and talk to you about being a leader, about mentoring other women. It is so huge, so necessary that we understand this as women. And I really especially feel this right now in our history. It's always been that way in our history, but right now I really feel like we need to come together even more. So, I just got done recording a podcast, and that's where this came about. So, I had four segments that I was going to talk about in my podcast. And the first segment was leadership. And I talked for 30 minutes on that. So, needless to say, the podcast did not go through the other three segments. And when I got done, I'm like, I'm not done talking about this. I am so not done talking about this. And if you were in my previous school group, you know that, I closed that down because I am feeling the major calling to open up one of my older websites that's been sitting there because I want to talk to us midlife women about showing the fuck up and how we do that. And especially us midlife female entrepreneurs and how we're showing up. So today, what's totally on my heart for talking about this after the podcast is I want to talk to you about how you're showing up in your business, whether you understand how you're showing up or not. What? I want to talk about mentorships, leadership, all of those words, and the fact that you being in business means that you are all of those things. The fact that you are in business means you are a leader and you are a mentor. Whether you want to carry that title doesn't fucking matter. You are. Because you took steps to create where you are at. And there are women out there that have not. And they're looking, they're watching, they're comparing themselves. They're doing all of the other human shit that we do, right? Now, I'm not saying this to freak you out. And it shouldn't freak you out. Because you are in business and people are looking. That is the entire process of having a business is we want people looking. We want eyeballs. We do. We have to have eyeballs. If we don't have eyeballs, we don't have a business. So it's important to take a look at the fact that, hey, how I'm showing up is making a statement. I know, again, that can be scary. Don't think of it as a negative. It's how you're showing up. And the reason why it's so important for you to show up authentically is because when you show up authentically, people connect. If you show up inauthentically, people connect. And they ain't your people if they're connecting to you being inauthentic. So, it's really important to show up. Show up as you. Because they're watching. Just like we talk about when we're moms and the kids will learn way more by our actions than they will by what we're telling them. This is, I don't need no studies for that. I just know this from experience. I know this from the experience of being a child and growing up. And I know this from the experience of having the kids. and seeing them now as adults and knowing the parts that they were watching versus what I was probably saying and how they've turned out. As humans, I firmly believe that we are gaining much more knowledge from people as we're watching actions. And that doesn't mean that we're all taking the same actions as leaders or mentors. That just means that we have to show up in our best capacity because we know people are following. They're paying attention. They're like, oh, okay, I can do that too. So I know that can be tough. It can be hard, and especially during times when you are not feeling high, full of confidence, right? But that's part of the thing, I believe, is showing up how we are. So even on those times when we are not feeling hugely confident, being truthful, coming in. We don't need to air our dirty laundry. Some people, that is their brand. Totally cool. Like I said, you do you. But just being open to, hey, I'm going to take a little break. And this is why. Or, hey, I just came back from a little break. And this is why. Showing up as you. Showing up authentically so that they understand when they hit a certain point. They're like, oh, okay, this was going to happen. This happens to so many people. And, my podcast the tagline is Uncoaching Decades of Biz Bullshit. And this is a big part of it. I mean, it's the whole Instagram culture thing that showed up, right? Like all of a sudden we had these ideals of what these mentors, female mentors, and I'm going to use just what I experienced out there. I was following these women and I'm like, oh my God, they have all of their shit together. They are looking just put together. They're living these $1 million lifestyles. They look at their houses, look at their vacations, look at all of the stuff. Holy shit. And then how many times was I feeling bad about myself? Because I'm like, but, well, I can't ever do that because I can't afford a ginormous team, or I can't do this because of this huge reason, or, oh my God, I feel like shit today because today is chronic health day for me, kind of thing. And just be sitting there going, I suck. And it was because we had so many women leading inauthentically. They were only showing that Instagram lifestyle of perfection. It was just the whole magazine models just pushed down to us having to watch it. I mean, it was the same thing. I'm an easy mark. I came from that generation of of that. I'm such an easy mark because I've already been taught that. And it's time that we stop. For sure, it's time. It's way past time. It's time we pay attention to what we're leaving behind. How are we showing up? Who's watching? A lot of people are watching. That's the entire point of being in our business, right? Is we want them watching. I know there's this whole faceless thing going on, but it's still you showing up. It's still you creating things. It's still people getting on your list to follow you. You still have to be a part of all things in your business. Unless you're a corporation. So, where was this all coming from? Of course, that I have a launch going on right now with the brain fart, bundle and giveaway host mentorship. And this is why I'm fired up about women leading even more. I mean, it's really been bubbling since last summer when I was working with a strategy coach, because she wrote a book about it. I lost my mind reading the book on vacation. I connected with it so much because I feel as women, we have not had enough of the authentic role models out there to mentor us in the business space as women. And I want you and I to change that. I want us to work together, which is a huge one. I want us as women to collaborate instead of buying into the bullshit and deciding that we are all divided. We need to work together. We do not have competition. There's nobody in competition with you. There could be people that are in similar niches, of course. Of course. But they are not you, and they are not doing business as you. And we need to figure out that the more we work together, the more we actually accomplish. You know, this is why I love doing giveaways and bundles, is because I am not here to just create ripples. I am here to help women connect with others so that we make fucking waves. And I really believe that. 100% believe that. It's not me being big-headed. It's not me being anything. It's like, I firmly believe that I am not here just to create ripples. There's a reason why connecting other women and connecting people is a big part of my zone of genius. And it is the fact that I am here to help others create. And in doing so, when we work together, like I said, we're not making ripples. When we work together, we are creating waves. We are reaching out there so much more. A wave goes way farther. It connects with way more on its way out. Still, this is why I get passionate about doing the bundles and giveaways. This is absolutely because I don't care if I've got 5 people in that or 10 people in that. It's better than my one. I will always connect better if I have a couple of us, a few of us, more of us. Collaborations work. And when we are reaching out in our niche and finding others on that topic, it helps set us up as a leader. It shows a big part of who we are. I mean, we're willing to get out there and we're willing to work with our competition. What? We're going to work with our competition? Yeah, because we don't have competition. And we know it. So instead of pushing people aside and going, oh, I can't work with you because we talk about the same topics. Oh, I can't work with you because, oh my gosh, we have very similar workshops. Let it go. Let it go. No, don't let it go. Bring it in. Let go that we can't work together and bring them in, because those are the people that you want to be working with. Because when you work together, what is that showing others? I mean, think about your kids, or growing up and watching your parents. When we're working together, people are seeing that. And guess what? Then the other people are going to start looking at it going, oh, I don't have competition. And you spread the love. And then more people are collaborating, which means more people are growing their list. But the main thing that I did want to talk about here is the fact that that you are a coach and a mentor already. Whether you are calling yourself that or not doesn't matter. because you are showing up. You are in your business, which automatically means that people are following you. They're learning from you, right? Because that's what you want. So get past the words, get past any word that's stopping you up, like coach, I forgot about the word coach, or I'm not a mentor because I don't have this, or I don't have a certification, so I can't be this. Stop that. Because it's already happening. You don't need a piece of paper. You don't need a certification. You don't need any of that stuff to already have that happening. Because as soon as you decided that you wanted to be in business, somebody out there heard you, right? I mean, you told somebody, so they already heard you. So they might be already watching. Don't freak out about that. It's good. It's just that reminder that you need to keep showing up. You need to keep showing up as you. You need to keep stepping up forward. And on those really shitty days that we all have, that's when we can kind of pull from that sometimes and use it as a superpower of, okay, I do have people showing up. I'm going to show up today, even though I don't want to, even though I just want to go crawl under my covers because it's a bad chronic day. You can use that as the superpower, use it as a positive instead of the, oh my God, everybody's watching me. It's like, yeah, that's what we want. That's how leaders do business. And you can't be in business without being a leader. I don't care what kind of personality you got or don't got, or what label you're putting on yourself or not putting on yourself. The moment you decided to be an entrepreneur was the moment you stepped into leadership. How's that feel? Are you freaking out? Are you freaking out, man? Post in the comments. I want to hear, I want to hear your take. I am boldly moving forward in lots of different stuff. I'm going to post the podcast so you can listen to all of what that conversation was before on here. But I am finally stepping into creating this bundle and giveaway mentorship so that you can get in here and be the leader that you are and showcase your expertise by bringing in others to show the world that you are a leader in this niche, that you are an expert. Because look at the people that you are bringing in, you are drawing in. All right. So I wanted to keep this quick. I didn't want to redo the whole podcast. So if you know that now is finally the time for you to do that, to host your own event and get your expertise out there and showcase that you are the leader, then join the mentorship. Cart closes on April 20th. So get in, figure out what tier you want. Tier 1 has everything that you need to have your event launched by 12 weeks out, or you'll schedule it for another day. But the big part is it will be ready to roll. You will be recruiting. You are step by step. We are working through it. This is not a self-study. It's not just a course. This is get shit done. We're going to get shit done together. All right. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you guys being in the group so much. Bye.